Enterprise America, quite simply, is something to teach kids, starting in 5th grade, how to run business in the 21st century in a very entrepreneurial way, leveraging science and technology, engineering, math, civics, and finance. They really can touch it, understand it, and get all those aha moments. Wow, now I understand why Mrs. Smith taught me that, because now I'm using it. And they're using it in a way that makes sense. And they never, ever, ever will forget it.
Enterprise America is an exciting, hands-on program for middle school students presented by WCNY Public Media. Enterprise America begins with 10 hours of classroom curriculum that aligns with the Common Core. 3 weeks of study covers social studies, science, and math lessons provided by WCNY.
The kids at first probably look at this as just, they're learning in school. But then there are so many interactive activities, and they're learning about even filling out paperwork. But I also think one of the aspects they really like is that once they start seeing the pieces come together, they start working together as teams in the classroom.
It is followed by a dynamic day-long experience for students in WCNY's Enterprise America City, a place students run.
And it is so amazing every single time when a group comes in to see the look on their faces. And they know something different is going to happen and what they're supposed to be doing, but it's almost a magical moment when they walk in the door.
Students get organized at Enterprise America City Hall, then set out to run the city's 14 businesses and service organizations, as well as city government.
It's one thing to learn about it, and then it's a totally different thing to have a real-world experience. I think this is giving them the real-world experience. Actually, they have a set amount of money to spend. It doesn't get any better than that.
What do you need? Your radio. I've learned how to deposit money from the deposit ticket. When she explained it to me, I thought it was confusing, but then as I did it, it was fun. The experience is being an adult, but you're actually a kid, doing adult things. And my teacher said that when adults are always tired from working all the time, and I'm a bit tired. I'm really tired right now. I'm tired.
This gives them, an opportunity to be a citizen and to know what all that encompasses. Like, for example, if you want to buy something, you have to earn money at a job, and then take your money and actually go out into the city and be able to write a check.
Students learn in a business-to-business economy where each student-run company strives to generate enough revenue to pay off its business loan. Students are involved and engaged. They communicate, collaborate, and problem solve.
I am the manager and the owner of the technology shop. What we do here at my job, we make ads and advertisements. We post it on their wall, and other people will read it, then they want to come to their store even more.
I'm a manager for the utility company, so I can determine or not if they get water or electricity. It gives you an idea of life, like what life is going to be like after you get out of high school.
Our school district is taking a look at what programs we could initiate at a K through 12 level for college and career readiness, and this looked like a perfect program that we could use at our middle school level. Well, what I'm really amazed at is how much the students are really organized and how they really do understand what they're doing. They're really showing us that they're really well prepared and that they're really learning the different job skills, and they're actually experiencing the positives and negatives that are associated with being in those jobs. That's what I was looking for, and that's what I've seen.
They got to experience being a salesperson or an accountant or a nurse or a broadcast person. This is like a light bulb going on. It opens up a whole new world to them. It was really wonderful. You can sit in a classroom and you can learn, but for them to actually experience different roles, being an owner of a business, these are roles they don't have an opportunity to take on in our school district, and this was their opportunity, and that's invaluable for children.
Students manufacture goods, offer services, and run government in Enterprise America. They complete wellness surveys and oversee personal and business finances.
I'm the owner of the Broadcast Center. I had to, run the business, make sure everybody was doing what they're supposed to, be there on time. Like an experience on how when you grow up, your future life is going to be when you get jobs. I learned that it's really tough to run a business, but you can still have fun.
Students support commerce and learn the value of philanthropy when they work in and collaborate with Enterprise America's nonprofit agency.
They get together and they have the choice of picking an organization or a cause that is important to them, that is in their community, and they figure out things to do to support those causes or those organizations.
Just give me all the ones that you signed.
There will be a group of them. They may not be friends, but they're going to have to develop respect for one another. They're going to have to listen to what the other one is saying, and they're going to have to cooperate. They're going to have to learn to give and take. They're going to have to become young adults, especially when it comes to assuming these responsibilities as role players in the city.
There were certain things that I think will make our children be better citizens as adults, such as they're learning how to vote. We don't have a machine in our school buildings. We don't spend a lot of time teaching them about the importance of voting. They learned it here. They learned that their vote does make a difference. There was also a room where they had a simulation about the effect of texting while driving. We can teach them about the effects of texting and driving, but we don't show them in our classrooms. We don't have that simulation. That was really impressive.
The folks at the utilities group were buzzing through their math problems and assigning out bills and taking payments. Kids understood what it was to have health insurance. It's a positive experience in which they can bond and learn. And it's a way that we think about education outside of the 9 to 5 in a small seat with bells and a lot of paper.
School was more like thinking that I have to do all this work and my mom gets to be able to sit at her desk all day.
As probably most of us did at that age, we didn't quite think, why am I going to use math, or why am I going to use this, or why am I going to use that? And she kind of just, went through.
It's like being super busy, running around, papers falling all over the place, trying to eat at my desk quickly so I can go to my next meeting.
After Enterprise America, things at home changed because Amaya would actually ask about my day. But the one thing that I personally loved hearing the most was that, Mom, now I know what you do all day. It's so exhausting. I had so much work to do. I had to eat at my desk. As a parent, Enterprise America makes sense to me because kids have to understand what the real world is like.
It's a fun, extraordinary experience to learn about what your parents do. I was able to work and be like a grown-up because I always wanted to be grown-up.
In school districts, the number one piece is always, how do we finance this? And are we going to get the bang for our buck? And truly, if I'm looking at a K-12 perspective, this piece is really going to fit in with 7th grade students, and it is going to be well worth it.
Every day when kids line up and come off those buses, I look at these kids in their eyes because I know we're going to see a future leader someday, somewhere, not just in our community, somewhere in our country, somewhere in our world because of a program like this. Because it will spark and unlock that burning desire, that passion in a child that really gets that moment that says, I know I can and I want to.